coronavirus pandemic has the world in lockdown, with many of us now working from home. With laptops and lights needing power throughout the day, how will this affect our utility bills? We sat down with the Institution of Engineering and Technology's senior engineer, Michael Peace, to ask him about the UK energy supply during this crisis. Michael has been looking at the UK's energy grid statistics to see how the UK's supply has been affected.
The energy supply won't be affected to people's homes during this pandemic. That's because the distribution network operators are considered essential services and they will continue to work throughout. There's a really useful website online called GridWatch. It shows the GB's national grid status. It's a free website, and if you find the information on there useful, it'd be really helpful if you could make a donation on the top left. I'm sure it'd be welcome. The GridWatch data indicates that as a country, we're using less electricity overall during this lockdown period. As I'll sit here today, our demand is currently at 30 gigawatts. If we then go back and look at the same day this time last year, you'll see that on average throughout the day, we're using about 20% less power overall. Now, I've only gone back and looked at a couple of days, so it could be a fluke, but chances are we're using about 20 to 30% less than during the lockdown period than what we normally would. There's several sectors not working at the moment, such as schools, hotels, restaurants, and some other forms of industry. This is all likely to affect the overall consumption. Whilst the overall electricity consumption of the country has gone down, it's likely that as individual customers, our domestic bills will increase. That's due to the fact we're at home all day, we're using lighting, we're maybe using heating, hopefully not at this time of the year. We're using equipment such as the kettle. All of this will have an influence on our overall electricity bill.
The comparison site Uswitch claims that households where people have to stay at home may each spend an extra £16 a month on energy. That's equivalent to £195 a year for those on a poor value deal. With that in mind, what can we do to monitor any increases in our energy consumption?
Firstly, we could speak to the electrical supplier. Most of them are more than happy to fit a smart meter as part of a government rollout programme. Some people have concerns with smart meters. If you are concerned with a smart meter, you could buy your own energy meter where you clip a sensor on the incoming cable and you have a remote display and you can monitor your energy usage either in pounds and pence, which most people would prefer, or kilowatt hours.
Thankfully, the UK's energy consumption has been falling. The Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy released a report showing that average domestic consumption has been decreasing year on year since 2005. This is likely to be due to domestic appliances being more energy efficient, LED lighting and desktop PCs being replaced by laptops or tablets, which have a lower power consumption. Finally, we just wanted to offer you a safety reminder. It's really important to be checking your RCD regularly.
Because of the lockdown, we're all working from home a lot more. We've got plenty of time on our hands. It'd be a good idea to test our RCD. The RCD is there in our consumer unit to protect us against getting an electric shock. It's recommended that it's tested by pressing the test button every 6 months. A good way of remembering that is if we press it every time the clock's changed, and then it can serve as a timely reminder.